Okay, you ready to jump into this Haley Welch thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
This Hawk Tuah girl and the whole meme coin implosion.
Definitely a wild story.
It really is. Takes us right into like internet fame, cryptocurrency, and then some pretty serious accusations too.
Right.
So let's get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, it really kind of seems to capture a lot of the craziness around meme coins, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You've got Haley Welch, this viral sensation. She launches a meme coin, HIYK.
Yeah.
It goes like sky high,
Yeah.
crazy high valuation, and then
Yeah.
it just crashes
Does this quickly.
super fast. And now we've got a lawsuit saying some pretty shady things were going on.
Yeah, some really big allegations in there.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Because even though Haley Welch herself, she's not named in the suit,
Right.
but her role in promoting the coin is definitely under scrutiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to really get how we got here, let's just break it down. What are meme coins,
Okay.
and why are they so volatile?
So meme coins, they're cryptocurrencies, but they're kind of tied to these internet trends, memes, viral moments, all that. And prices go up and down like crazy because, well, it's all about social media hype and speculation.
It's just like pure hype.
Yeah, remember To the Moon?
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing, that's the whole get-rich-quick thing that kind of surrounds all these coins.
Yeah. Like, that's meme coin energy in a nutshell.
Yeah, totally.
And in this case, with HRK, it seemed like, everybody was ready for takeoff.
Yeah.
But then, boom, crash.
Everything just went south.
Super fast. So
Yeah.
walk us through that timeline.
Okay, so HRK launches. Big fanfare.
Yeah.
Lots of buzz.
People are excited.
Yeah, super excited. And it quickly hits this market cap of $490 million.
Billion with an M.
Million. That's a lot of money. But then minutes later, it plummets. Like 95% drop in value.
How brutal.
Brutal. Just brutal for anybody holding that coin.
I mean, what even causes a drop like that fast?
That's the million-dollar question, right? Well, according to the lawsuit, it's market manipulation.
Okay.
Specifically, they say snipers.
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 Yeah.
So these are like people or groups, right?
Yeah.
They buy a ton of a new coin right at the launch.
Right when it comes out.
Yeah. And then they dump it. Quickly. Huge profit. And everybody else is left with, basically nothing.
It's like they're setting up the whole thing to crash.
It's a bit like that, yeah.
Wow. The Cointelegraph article, I think you shared it with me, they had a specific example of this sniping.
Oh, yeah.
Can you break that down?
Yeah, so they talk about this one wallet, bought 20% of the entire HAAK supply.
At launch.
Right at launch. 2 hours later, they sell.
2 hours.
$1.3 million profit.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of move, that's going to tank a coin's price for sure.
And then people are left like, what just happened?
Exactly.
So the lawsuit is saying, hold on, this wasn't just like a random market thing. It's
Right.
saying, no, this was deliberate.
This was planned.
So what are they actually claiming against the people who made the coin?
Well, they're going after over $150,000 in damages
Okay.
from investors who say, hey, we lost thousands. But it goes beyond just the money. They're saying Hawkeye, it wasn't just some fun internet token.
Yep.
It was an unregistered security. Illegal.
So like they should have gone through all the official channels?
Exactly. They should have registered it with the SEC.
Because people were investing in it.
Right. They were putting money in,
Yeah.
hoping to make a profit, like
Right.
a real investment.
So the argument is the creators, they were sidestepping all the rules on purpose.
That's one of the big claims, yeah.
And the lawsuit also brings up Haley Welch's social media, right?
Yeah.
All those followers.
Massive following.
They're saying that was used to like create a frenzy.
Yeah, speculative frenzy.
Get everyone hyped up.
Totally.
Okay, so that's the lawsuit side of things. Who exactly are they suing?
Okay, so we've got Over Here LTD, the platform that launched the coin.
Okay.
Clinton. So he founded Over Here. Then the To the Moon Foundation, they were involved in selling the HRK tokens.
Right.
And then Alex Larson Schultz, also known as Doc Hollywood, musician, crypto promoter.
So they're all kind of tangled up in this.
Yeah, they're all in the mix.
And what's crazy is they all seem to have a different story about what happened
Oh, yeah.
and who to blame.
Lots of finger pointing.
Yeah. So Over Here, for example, they say, hey, we didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
We were transparent about our role. We didn't even take any fees or profit.
Totally above board.
But the lawsuit's like, no.
Not so fast.
Right. It's painting a very different picture.
Yeah. They're claiming Over Here, they set up that To the Moon Foundation to sell tokens and rake in those fees.
Oh, so they're saying over here was maybe trying to hide behind this foundation.
Right. Keep their hands clean while still making money.
Sneaky.
To make things even more complicated, over here is now blaming this Alex Larson Schultz, Doc Hollywood guy,
Oh, wow.
saying he was the one in control, making all the token decisions, and then poof, vanished when things went bad.
So it's a total blame game.
Totally.
And then there's Haley Welch.
Right.
She's insisting she did nothing wrong.
Yeah, and she even offered support to people who lost money.
Really?
Yeah. So do you think she maybe didn't know what was going on behind the scenes?
I mean, it's possible, right? Even Mark Cuban, he had her on his podcast to talk about the coin, and he's defending her.
Yeah, I saw that.
He thinks maybe she didn't fully get the whole picture.
It's complex stuff.
It's complicated, but it does bring up this question. If she's promoting this to all her followers,
Right.
does she have any responsibility?
Even if she wasn't directly involved.
Even if she didn't make the coin or manipulate it or whatever?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
It gets at this whole thing about influencer ethics, influencer responsibility, something we should definitely talk more about.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think? Initially, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, she's got this huge platform, right?
Yeah, she reaches a lot of people.
And she can really sway people, especially with things like investments.
People trust her.
That level of influence, that comes with responsibility.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to be careful.
Before we get into that whole influencer thing more, I want to go back to over here.
Okay.
They're saying they were just a platform,
Right.
but the lawsuit's saying they were way more involved.
Much more.
How do we make sense of that?
Well, that's kind of the big mystery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if over here knew they were helping to, dodge securities regulations, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not good at all.
And then there's Doc Hollywood.
Yeah.
This Alex Larson Schultz.
Right, the guy who disappeared.
Gone. Seems like he was a big part of it all, but then poof.
Vanished.
So many questions.
Oh, yeah.
Was he the mastermind?
Did he know about the manipulation?
Why'd he disappear?
It's like he's a ghost.
Totally. Makes it so hard to figure out what really happened.
For sure. And it points to a bigger problem in the meme coin world, I think.
What's that?
Transparency. Or the lack of it. There are so many players, so many moving parts. It's hard to see who's doing what, especially when things go wrong.
Yeah, that makes it tough for investors.
Right. How are you supposed to make good decisions when you can't even see what's going on?
Okay, so we've got this meme coin, right? Huge rise, huge fall, accusations of people messing with the market,
Right.
a lawsuit saying they were breaking the law, and then everyone involved is pointing fingers.
Yeah, that about covers it.
So what do we do with all this? What's the takeaway? And what bigger questions should we be asking about all this? About meme coins, influencers, and, how this whole crypto world should be regulated.
That's exactly what we'll be getting into in the next part of our deep dive. So we're back. We were just talking about that whole mess with HAK, all the people involved, but let's zoom out a little bit. What does this tell us about meme coins in general?
Yeah, it kind of feels like a warning, doesn't it?
It does. Like, this is what can happen.
So, meme coins, big picture, what's the takeaway here?
I think it shows just how risky they can be.
Risky how?
It's all hype, speculation. There's often no real value behind them, so they're super easy to manipulate.
Yeah, like we saw with those snipers, right?
Exactly. They tank the price. Makes you wonder if anyone's playing fair in this market.
Right. Like, is it even possible?
It's volatile, that's for sure. Like the Wild West out there.
So, for regular people, especially those who are new to crypto, what should they watch out for? With meme coins, I mean.
Good question. First thing, be careful with coins that rely on celebrities or influencers.
Like, just because someone famous says it's good doesn't mean it is.
Exactly. Do your own research. Look into the technology, the team. See if there's any real use for the coin, not just hype.
Don't get blinded by the to-the-moon promises.
Right. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And remember, meme coin prices, they can go way up, but they can also crash hard. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose.
Be prepared to lose it all.
Yes, seriously.
And this whole Haley Welch thing, it really makes you think about influencers, right?
It does.
They've got these huge platforms. They can really influence what people do, especially with their money. Should there be more rules for them? More accountability?
That's the big question, right? Like, ethically, what's their responsibility?
Yeah.
Especially when they're promoting risky stuff.
Yeah, because they're not always financial experts themselves, right?
Right.
Maybe they really believe in what they're promoting.
And they do have to be honest with their followers.
And not lead them into something that could hurt them financially.
It's a tough balance. But influencers need to be aware of their power, right?
Yeah.
They have to do their research, be transparent about any money they're getting, and not make crazy promises.
And what about the social media sites themselves? Because
You
that's
mean?
where all this is happening, right?
Yeah,
Shouldn't they be doing something to protect people from bad advice?
I think so. They have a responsibility to stop misleading content, especially about money. They could have stricter rules, educate their users, maybe even flag risky investments.
It seems like there's so much gray area right now. Legally, ethically, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a fast-moving space. Hard to keep up.
So looking ahead, what are some things we could do to protect investors, to make things more transparent in the meme coin market specifically?
Well, I think more regulation is coming. It's probably needed.
Yeah, it feels inevitable.
The SEC, they're already looking into unregistered securities in crypto. We'll probably see more action from them.
What about education? Like, if people knew more about finance, wouldn't they make better decisions?
Education is huge. People need the knowledge, the tools to understand risk, to evaluate investments. Maybe the government could do something. Financial institutions, even influencers could help educate.
So we need smarter rules, better ways to protect consumers, and everyone needs to learn more about finance.
I think that's a good way to put it. It's not about blaming anyone. It's about making the system better, safer for everyone.
And that's important, right? Because crypto, blockchain, this stuff has the potential to really change things.
It does.
We don't want to stop innovation.
Right, but we need to protect people.
Okay, back to over here for a second.
Yeah.
They played a big part in launching HK.
It did.
And they're saying they were transparent, didn't profit.
Uh-huh.
But the lawsuit's saying the opposite.
Right. They're claiming over here was much more involved.
So how do we figure out what's true?
Well, we have to look at over here's role really closely. Their claims versus what the lawsuit says. It's like, did they create that Tuah Boone Foundation to protect themselves while still profiting?
If that's true, that's a problem.
Yeah, it could have big implications for other platforms doing similar things, launching tokens, facilitating these kinds of transactions.
Like, it could set a precedent.
Right. If they're found to be doing illegal things, the whole Web3 space could face much stricter rules.
So what questions should we be asking about over here?
Well, first off, how much research did they do? Did they really vet the HRK project and the people behind it before they agreed to launch it?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And what about their connection to the Tuah Boone Foundation? Was it really independent? Or did over here create it to control things, to collect fees?
Those are good questions.
And here's the big one. Did over here know about the market manipulation? Were they involved?
Those are some serious questions.
Yeah, and the answers could have a big impact on the whole Web3 world. If platforms like over here aren't acting ethically, it could hurt everyone.
People need to trust the platforms they're using.
Absolutely. If there's no trust, innovation will suffer.
So this HRK case, it's about one meme coin, but it's also about bigger issues, right?
It is. It shows us some of the problems with Web3.
Like what?
The lack of transparency, the potential for bad actors to take advantage.
And the need for accountability.
Exactly. So moving forward, we need to keep those things in mind. Transparency and accountability. That's what we'll be talking about in the last part of our discussion. We'll look at what we can learn from HRK and how we can make the whole crypto world a better place.
Okay, so welcome back. Final part of our deep dive on this whole HRK meme coin thing. We've talked about a lot.
We have the rise, the fall, the manipulation, the lawsuit, so many players.
So many twists and turns. But now I kind of want to step back, look at the bigger picture. What can we all learn from this?
Yeah, good idea. Like, what does this mean for meme coins going forward, for crypto in general?
Yeah, exactly. Big picture. What are the takeaways?
Well, I think it shows just how dangerous these meme coins can be. They're so volatile.
Super risky.
Driven by hype, pure speculation. Makes them so easy to manipulate.
Yeah, not a good combination.
Not at all. So investors, they really got to be careful.
Don't get caught up in the hype.
Right. Do your research, know the risks, and never, ever invest more than you can afford to lose. Seriously.
That's good advice for any investment, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But especially with these meme coins.
And this Haley Welch thing, it really brings up that influencer question again. Like, even if she didn't create the coin,
Right.
she was promoting it.
Yeah.
So what's the responsibility there?
It's a tough one. But I think it shows we need more transparency from influencers.
Like, be upfront about any connections to the products they're promoting.
Exactly. Don't make crazy promises. And realize that what they say, it can really affect people, especially when it comes to money.
So influencers need to step up, be more responsible.
Yeah. And what about those platforms? Like over here,
What about them?
they need to do a much better job of checking things out, vetting those projects.
Before they launch them.
Exactly. Make sure everything's legal
Yeah.
and be transparent about their own role. Any conflicts of interest.
So it all comes back to transparency.
It does. And accountability.
And better systems for checking things out.
Yeah. It's like the Wild West days of crypto, they're over.
And that's probably for the best.
I think so.
But we don't want to stifle innovation, right? Crypto has so much potential.
It does. It's about finding the right balance, encouraging innovation, but also protecting people.
And that's where good regulation comes in.
Exactly. Smart rules that help everyone.
So what kind of regulations do we need to fix these meme coin problems, to deal with the influencer issues?
Well, first, we need to know what is and isn't a security in crypto.
Like clear definitions.
Right now, it's a gray area. That makes it hard for everyone.
And we need to protect consumers better.
Absolutely. Stop the manipulation, the fraud. Maybe make meme coin creators register with the SEC. Make them disclose more information. Prevent those pump and dump schemes.
So many ways people can get tricked.
It's a minefield out there.
And education, we talked about that before. If people understood finance better.
Oh, that's crucial. People need to be financially literate to make good decisions. Maybe some public awareness campaigns, more resources from banks and financial institutions, even teaching it in schools.
So we need better rules, more protection, and everyone needs to learn more.
That's it, in a nutshell.
And it's not about blaming anyone, it's about making the whole system better.
Exactly. A better crypto ecosystem for everyone.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into HECO, it feels like the big lesson is this. Crypto, it's still changing, still growing. It's got a lot of potential, but it's risky.
It is.
And we've got to be smart about how we handle it.
For sure. As this technology develops, we need to keep talking about these things, the rules, the ethics, the education, to make sure it works for everyone.
To avoid making the same mistakes again.
Exactly.
So any final words of wisdom for our listeners, those who are interested in getting into crypto?
Yeah. Do your research. Don't believe the hype. Understand the risks. And remember, crypto is always changing. So stay informed, stay aware, and keep learning.
That's great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon with another look at the world of tech and innovation and all the interesting stories that come with it.